Stampers, Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach. Today I'm going to show you this awesome card. It is what I call the Washout Technique. I just think that the watercolor, the washout look, it just looks very washed out and very watercolory-ish, but there's no watercoloring in here. I just love the way this looks. I found a card very similar to this online, and the card was just beautiful. So I decided to use our product and make it my own, and I just love the way it came out and the whole process to getting it there from point A to point B. So let me just show you. I am going to bring in my grid sheets because I might make a little bit of a mess. Okay, so I want my grid sheets. Here's the card. I'm going to get my my buttercream base, or my buttercream layer, and that's going to be our top layer right here. And then I'm going to use our thread sketch stamp, one of my favorites. Okay, this is a background stamp. I absolutely love it. I did mount it onto our J block. Okay, and then I'm just going to ink it up with black licorice ink. This is a very fast, fun card. All right, so we're going to ink up, and you'll notice I didn't ink up the whole thing because I'm not going to cover the whole base. And you can make this go as high or as low as you want it to. I just wanted it to be the bottom part of it. This is not rocket science. We're just going to take and we're going to lay it down and stamp. Okay, came out beautiful. Let me get my cleaning cloth so I can clean that off. That's how simple cleaning our stamps are. All right. Alrighty, so there's our background stamp right there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my inks. Now remember, when you're using your inks, you really do have to take and shake them up, because we have pigment ink and we have dye-based ink, and the two of them don't like to mix until you shake them up. And then I'm just going to pour some wells with the colors. So for this one, I'm using the oatmeal cookie, and I'm using Catalina Splash. Now the next thing we have to add to this mix is our Fusion Blender, and that's what actually I always color with this. That's what this is for, to color with these and to blend these into your cardstock. All right, so I'm going to take a whole bunch of this because you can never have too much Fusion Blender. Okay, and then I'm going to take one of my large brushes because this is a larger area. All right, I'm going to load my brush up with this Fusion Blender. Now in normal times I would just say, you know, put it in there, put it in your color and go at it. But for this one I want a lot of the Fusion Blender, and that's what makes it give you that, you know, gives you that watercolor look. So I'm going to start with my oatmeal cookie. I'm just going to take a little bit of it, and then I'm just going to take and I'm going to just color in the circles. All right, just the outsides of the circles with the oatmeal cookie. All right, just don't even think about it. Like I said, this isn't rocket science. We're just going to take and just blend, 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 making sure that you dip inside that Fusion Blender each and every time. Okay. Now remember, these do dry lighter also. So if it looks dark to you now, don't worry. All right. You see, I'm dipping into that Fusion Blender just about every time. If I'm going for a small one, it doesn't matter. And I'm just outlining all of these circles. No rocket science here. All right. Outside the lines is good. Inside the lines is good. All right. But we're leaving the insides left for the blue. All right. And this would be beautiful in different colors. But like I said, I found something very similar to this online, and I just fell in love with it. It wasn't our company, so I don't even know whose company it was. I don't know whose card it was, so I can't give anybody credit. To clean this, I'm just going to take and put it in there, just rub a little bit off onto my paper, and now we're going to have at it with the Catalina Splash. So I'm going to just put that in there. I'm going to put a little bit in here, and then I'm just going to start circling, okay, right where there's none of the... And you don't have to get the whole thing. You can have some of that buttercream coming through. Whoops, wrong color. Not a big deal. It wasn't a big mistake. It would have just all blended together, no biggie. And you see, I'm just kind of doing some really pretty round circles, that's all. Just coloring in the round circles. Making sure that I don't have too much color on my brush, okay? Picking it up, wiping a little bit of it off, okay? And don't try to make it even. You don't want it to look even. You just want it to be splash. All right, we're going to color that in even though it's not a circle. I'm sure there's a circle around there somewhere. Alrighty. Here's a blank spot. Okay. You see, I'm not going above that line, all right? And then, there we go. Did you notice I dipped in here before I dipped in there? Look at how dark that is. It's okay, it's gonna all blend together beautifully. It's a work of art. Always blend the solution first, and then, oh, I almost did it again. Okay, and then go back. Because otherwise it's gonna be way, way, way too dark. And it will lighten up, but you're gonna have one blob that's gonna be just way too dark. All right, and so I'm just going to go in here a little bit more because this one's a little bit too light. And then just kind of look at it and see if you do have a spot that needs a little adding on to. All right, do you see how watercolory-ish that looks? I don't even know if that's the right word, but I'm having fun saying it. So there you go, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And you see how much lighter it comes out? Can you imagine this in Christmas colors? All right, Christmas colors are coming up. Remember that we've got a special going on September 2016. All of our adhesives, or most of our adhesives and most of our tools are on sale. All right, so there's that. Now I need to put my paper ribbon on. But I think what I'll do is, now I'll put my paper ribbon on next. So when I tell my customers that when I have a card and I don't have ribbon to match, I do have no, I don't think I have Catalina Splash, but if you don't have ribbon to match, then you can make your own paper ribbons. And that's exactly what this is right here. I am going to stamp the words next, and then we'll put the ribbon on after that. So I'm going to just take my saying, and that one comes from this stamp set right here, and here is, this is the Be Happy. You've seen me use this a million times. I love this stamp set and the words that are in it, just love it. And then this is the thread sketch. So those are the two stamp sets that we're using for this one. And I'm just going to take and ink up my I love you for a gazillion reasons, but mainly because you are you. And I like to go ink to stamp, because then you can see what's shiny. And when it's shiny, you know you've got ink on there. All right, so I'm just going to take and stamp that up there. You notice I went a little bit higher with this one. You can do that. You can go as high or as low as you want, and it all works. All right, so there's my words. I did that with the Catalina Splash, and now what I'm going to do is to add my, I think I'll add this to my, my card base. All right, so here's my card base, and yes, I already cut out the middle of it because I always do that. And I'm going to use my Easy Glide. And I only need to put it on the corners. Whoops, we're going to add that to the card base. Just like that. Nice and straight. Nice and even. But Deb didn't get it even, so she's going to move it over. Move it over. Okay. Alrighty. And then I'm going to take my Easy Glide again, and I'm going to put one down the middle. This right here, when you're working with something that's very, with a lot of the blender fusion, you do want to put a lot of adhesive on there just to make sure that it all sticks, because it is an oily substance, all right? And we don't want any of our card flying off or bubbling, okay? Because this is nice and wet. Beautiful so far. All right, so now I'm going to just take my Easy Glide again. I want this to be, again, adhered down. You know, I don't use a lot of tape on things, but for this card I'm going to, because I can. All right, and that's just going to go side to side. And you can cover up as much or as little as you want with the with your image down here at the bottom. And then I'm just going to take, I just took an oatmeal cookie slice right here, all right, and I'm just going to, tiny ribbons, okay? This is so tiny that I am actually going to use my, don't forget your adhesives are on sale, so I'm going to use my craft glue because it's so tiny that I need to. Alright, so I'm just going to take, whoa, I'm going to take a little slice all the way down. Alright, and that's going to go on to, my other ribbon. So I have a ribbon on a ribbon, okay, and I'm just going to center it from side to side. Oops. see that Easy Glide was a little bit too wide for this one, so that's why I went to the ribbon. But some of it's sticking out, so I'm just fixing that and sliding it. Actually, it's a good thing that I did this, because now I can slide it to whichever side I need to. Now, doesn't that look like a cute little ribbon that's got a piece of tape hanging out of it? But I'll fix that, don't you worry. Now I'm going to add my little button and some of my journey thread. So I'm going to just wrap this around my fingers to see how much I need. Okay, 1, 2, I'll do 1, 2, 3, and then I need my scissors here. These are also on sale during the month of September 2016. All right, those are the Grand Pros. And then I'm going to grab one of my buttons, and these are the metal buttons. They're absolutely awesome. All right, so I think, let me see. I've got a couple of them that I can choose from. That one looks really good. This one I used, well, that's the one I used for that one right there. And then I also have one, there's 3 different designs. No, there's 4, I think. There's that one, and then there's a little tiny one, but I think this one's going to be, this one will look cute to cover up my, maybe I'll do that. And just cover up my, nah, I want the big one. Okay, so now do I want that one? No, because that's silverish, and this is more of a copper. Okay, so I used that one on this one, so I think I'll use this one for that one. So many decisions. All right, so first thing I need to do is to make a little, I'm going to make a little paper thread to go through there. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to cut it in half. All right, and then cut this off. So now I have 2 little paper strips, tiny, tiny, tiny. Grab my mini glue dot and stick it on the back. All right, and that's going to do it for both of them, I think. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to thread one through here. So you just take it. Again, like I said, this is just showing you ways that you can do if you don't have thread, if you don't have, I'm going to take my, because I've got glue on the back of that, I need to poke a hole in there. Alrighty, so that should work now. Alright, put this through. Of course, when you're on camera, nothing goes right, right? So I'm just going to take and throw that through there. It's going to work, it's going to work. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, it didn't work. Alright, I'm going to take the glue dot off, stick it on my finger, because I can, and then I'm just going to throw the thread through there. Alright, why isn't it working for me today? Here we go. Let's try this again. I'm going to turn it in a circle. Okay, and there's one side. I knew you were going to work. And the reason I always put the glue dot here on the back is so that when it's in there, you're going to take and you're going to just adhere it to that so that you can get the other side. So now this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I want you to do. I want you to put a little edge on that so when you're threading it through, you can get it so that it's going to stay. All right, see how much easier that is? It already just went through. So I'm going to grab the tip of that and bring it through. All right, here's the end of it. Come on, you. All right, there we go. And I glued it down. Okay, and now I'm going to do the other side. This one, of course, happens to have 2. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put a little curve on that one and a little curve on that one. So it'll be easier to thread them through. Okay, so here's one. Easy peasy. All right. Thank you for working with me. Crafting is fun. And here's the other side. The rest of the card was awesome. Just my embellishments here, but I wanted to show you a different way to do your buttons. All right, I'm always trying to teach you different things that you haven't done before, and then just tear that off. And I've already got the mini glue dot on there. So now what we're going to do is set that down, because I'm going to take a bunch of, now on other things what I do, whoops, I got one that didn't, one on there. Okay, here we go. So here's a mini glue dot. I'm always trying to teach you different things. So on some of my other cards, I use, when I do this method with the string, I always take and put a dimensional. But on this one, I didn't want too much dimension with the button, so I'm just going to take and use the mini glue dots for this. And what I'm doing is just wrapping it in circles, and I love this thread. I absolutely love it. And I am going to leave some hanging off, and you'll see why in just a minute. Not that much, but I'm going to leave some off. I just think it looks much nicer. So again, I'm going to take another mini glue dot and put it on my button. So I'm gluing glue dot to glue dot, okay? So I'm going to take and put a mini glue dot. That's why I love these on these things. You know, some people say, well, I don't like that thing. Well, you start using them and you're going to fall in love with them because you're going to see how easy it is to, adhere things with them, all right? So there's my little button. Two different buttons. I did one on one and one on the other one. Just cute, 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 cute. So that is my card for today. Excuse me. I think I called it what did I call it? The wash technique. The wash technique. All right, because we washed all the color out. Isn't that beautiful? All right, if you have any questions, you know where to get a hold of me. You take care and you have a great day.